Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So in today's video, we're gonna be doing a mini eye tutorial using the new Maybelline Soda Pop eyeshadow palette. So we're gonna be doing some swatches. I'm gonna show you guys how I created this eye look, and then at the end of the video, I'll let you guys know my thoughts on this palette. So if you guys are interested in seeing these swatches and also this mini eye tutorial, then let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, so as you guys can see, I went ahead and did my entire face except for the eyes because this video is all about this shadow, this palette, and we are going to be doing a mini eyeshadow tutorial for today. So I will make sure to have all of my makeup deets down below if you guys are interested in knowing what is on my face. But yeah, I have my foundation on, my concealer, my setting powder, and also my highlight and my blush, but I don't have the lip on yet because I don't know what look I'm going to be going for this palette. So once we finish the eyeshadow tutorial, I will go ahead and decide on what color lip I want to do. So yeah, so let's go ahead and do some swatches and then we'll go into the tutorial. So I'm gonna make the swatches really quick. I don't want to, drag it out too long. So just to start off, you do get 12 shades in this palette. 6 of the shades are mattes and the other 6 are metallic. So this first one is called Root Beer. That is super pigmented. This other one is called Cola Float. This is actually my favorite one in this palette just by looking at it. Like, this burnt orange is so pretty. Then Cherry Cola, which is a metallic. Oh, that is pretty. And then Cherry on Top, which is a matte. So let's go ahead and swatch these. Ooh. Okay. All right, so those are those 4 swatched. And just by the swatches alone, I feel like these are actually not as chalky as the Lemonade Craze palette. So far I do like how they're swatching and I do like the colors. So we're gonna go ahead and dip into this orange, which is called Crushing. And then we have Ginger Ale. Then this pretty blue right here. Then we have this purple. Okay, yeah, so so the lighter shades are actually a little bit more chalky and it does have more kick up than the darker shades. And those are those. Okay. Oh, that one's pretty. All right, so there are all 12 of those swatched. And I had several of you asking if I could do swatches on the inside of my arm, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that too. All right, so there you have it. We have all 12 shades swatched right here. So now let's go ahead and jump into the tutorial. I think I wanna go for a kind of like a smoky fall look. This will actually be my first fall tutorial for this year. I know it's kind of early, but it's okay. All right, so now that I got you guys up close and personal, let's go ahead and prime the lids. I'm using my Fenty Beauty eyeshadow primer. I'm gonna prime the lids really quick. One thing about this primer is it will dry really fast, so you gotta make sure that you are quick with it because you can see how it dried already. So I'm just gonna take my finger and just kind of tap that so it won't look crazy. It still looks like a mess, but it's okay. We're gonna go over everything with eyeshadow. So first we're gonna start out with the crease, I guess my transition color. And I wanna first start out with Crushing, and that is this bright orange. I know this is gonna be a crazy color for my crease, but I'm kind of visualizing a look. I don't know if that look is gonna come to life, but we're gonna work with it. We're gonna try it out. We're gonna test it out and see how it comes out. But I just said out like so many times. I'm gonna take my Sigma E40, which is my all-time favorite blending brush of all time. So we're gonna dip it in there, and you know what, I'm not experiencing as much fallout as I am or as I was with the Lemonade Craze palette. Like, I'm just tapping my brush and there's literally not any fallout, so that is a good thing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dust this in the crease. Hopefully it goes over that primer. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that primer, it pretty much got stuck on the lid. It didn't even blend out, but hopefully I can cover that up. All right, so it is blending out really nice. It's not as bright as I thought it would be, so that is a good thing, because just looking at it in the palette, like, it looks like it wouldn't be like a good crease color, but this is actually working out. Okay. I really like the fact that there is little to no fallout with this shadow. Now, I don't know, I can't really speak on the other shades in this palette, but I really like the fact that this orange barely has any fallout. Now I'm gonna go into this shade right here. This is kind of like a burnt orange. It's not as bright as that first shade that we used. So I'm gonna go into this shade and also put it in the crease and just kind of deepen up the crease. I don't know if this is gonna make it any deeper, but we'll see. And it's not doing anything. Pretty much looks the same color as that first shade that we used. Like, there's no difference when I'm putting this in the crease. I kind of wanted to just darken up the crease a little bit, but I don't really see a difference. Let me know if you guys can see a difference. I don't see a difference, but we're still gonna go with it. Now with this shadow, I am experiencing some fallout. Definitely some fallout, but you know, it's okay. It will still work. Now I want to go into this really pretty magenta shade. So far I'm using all mattes on the eyes, but I do want to deepen the crease up. Like, I'm determined to deepen this crease up. So I'm going to use that dark magenta shade right here and place this in the crease. I'm going to switch my brush out. I'm going to use my Sigma Dome blending brush. This is the E43. So this is more of a dome shaped blending brush. So I'm gonna dip into that shade right there. And there's a little bit of fallout with this one, but it is super pigmented. So I'm just gonna put this more so in the crease instead of dragging it up towards the brow bone. I like how orange and magenta looks together. I feel like those two shades, like, they just work, you know? They just really look pretty together. I'm pretty much just focusing this color right here. I'm not dragging it all the way over because I just want, I don't know, I just had this look in mind and I don't know if it's just gonna come out the way I'm thinking about it, but you know, you never know. These colors, like, so far I am really liking this palette more than the Lemonade Craze palette. Like, the shades are definitely wearable. I feel like most of the shades in this palette, I can definitely get away with doing more looks than I can with the Lemonade Craze palette, because that palette has more lighter tones, like more cool tones, and I don't know, I just feel like I can't really do as many looks with this palette as I can with this one, because this one has more, you know, warm tones, and you guys know I am all about a warm tone palette. All right, I'm gonna pick up that same brush that we used at first and just kind of blend out the edges so it can look blended. So I'm gonna take a little bit more of this Fenty Beauty primer and put it on the lid, kind of like in the inner corner, and also work it towards the middle. So I'm gonna take the Milani, this is a blender brush. It's actually from a set. It's like a 3-piece brush set. You can get this from Walmart, and you can also purchase this on the Milani website. But I have been loving these brushes. So I'm gonna take this, it's more of like a flat shader brush. So this is gonna be good to pack on that glitter shadow on your eyes, or like some metallic shadow. So I'm gonna take this and dip into Cherry Cola. This is a metallic, kind of like a plum metallic color. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna try to see if this look comes out like as good as I hope it does. And there's no fallout with this shadow. Honestly, I think they formulated these better than the one in the Maybelline Lemonade Craze palette, because I'm really not experiencing as much fallout and as much, you know, crumminess and grittiness as I was with the Lemonade Craze palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap this right here. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, I like. Do you guys see how pigmented this is? Like, look how pretty that color is. I don't think you guys see what I'm seeing. Look at that. Now I want to go back into that magenta shade, which is what we use for the outside of the lid, and take my pencil shader brush. This is from my brush set. If you guys are not familiar, I did collab with Peach and Pearl brushes to create a 6-piece brush set. So I will have those brushes linked down below if you guys are interested in checking those out. But this is my pencil shader brush. I love using this for my bottom lash line just to smoke it out, but I also like to use it for my crease. So we're gonna go back into the magenta shade right here, and I'm just gonna kind of blend that shade into the crease a little bit more. Kind of drag it more towards the center part. And then I'm gonna take the very first brush that we use, which is my Sigma E40. I'm not gonna dip it into any more of the shadow. I'm just going to use this as my buffing brush, so that way everything can kind of blend together. And I'm very light-handed when I'm doing this because I don't want too much of that color to go towards my brow bone. I like it to be very light and soft, so that way it can kind of look, a little bit more faded going up towards the brow bone. All right, so we're almost done with the eyes. I want to take Blue Raspberry, which is this really, really pretty deep blue, and smoke out my bottom lash line using this shade. But first, I want to apply an eyeliner, and I'm gonna use my Urban Decay eyeliner in the shade Chaos. This is a cobalt blue. It's not like a metallic color or anything like that. It's just a really simple cobalt blue. So I'm gonna put this on the bottom lash line, and then we're gonna smoke it out with that blue shadow in the palette. So let's go ahead and apply some of that dark blue shadow. All right, so this is all that we're gonna do for the eyes for now. Now I wanna go ahead and put on my lashes and my mascara, and I'll be right back. All right, so our lashes are finally on, and I'm wearing the Bellamy lashes in the style Seeing Double. So a lot of you asked me what lashes I'm wearing, and 9 times out of 10, if it's not the Ardell Double Up Demi Wispies, is these by Bellamy. So I will have all of the information on these lashes down below. But let's go ahead and highlight the inner corner, because you guys know I cannot do a look without highlighting my inner corner. So I'm gonna take... I think I'm going to take this shade right here and use that as my inner corner highlight. I'm going to take this random brush that I found on my little stand to apply this with, because it is clean and I don't have any other clean brushes nearby. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and pop this right here like so. I didn't spray my brush, so this is what it's looking like without it being sprayed. You can't really see it as much, so I think I'm gonna go in with a lighter shade on top, but just a little bit, just to kind of highlight that inner corner. I'm actually gonna go into the champagne color right here, this lighter shade, and I feel like this is definitely gonna brighten it up a little bit more. So let's see how this looks. Oh yeah, that definitely brightened it up. So for the lips, I don't even know what shade will look good with this eye look, honestly, but I don't know. I got some terracotta shades, I got some brown shades, I got them all right here. So I think I kind of want to step out of the box and do a terracotta look with this eye. It may look crazy, but I don't care. We're gonna go ahead and try it out, because I mean, why not? So I'm gonna line my lips with the Rimmel London Exaggerate lip liner. This is in the shade Ultimate. This is a dark, kind of like a brown lip liner. Just line it a little bit of that. Now I'm gonna take the Rimmel London Stay Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Love Bite, and I think this is the one that I wanted to use. Yeah, this is it. This is kind of like a burnt orange, kind of like a terracotta shade. Then I want to add a little bit of gloss on top, so I'm gonna take the Hard Candy Cashmere Silk Gloss. Now this is really, it's supposed to be a demi matte liquid lipstick, but it actually looks glossy on the lips. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and put it on top to give me that shine. Not too glossy, not too dry looking. It's kind of like that in between, just right color. Alright guys, so this is the completed look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this mini eye tutorial, and let me just say, I like this palette so much better than the Lemonade Craze palette. The one that they first came out with, it has more cool tones, which I think I've already went over this earlier in the video, but I'll go over it again if I did not go over it, you know. But yeah, the Lemonade Craze palette has a lot of cool tones, a lot of light shades. Like, I can't really create a lot of looks with this palette like I can with the Soda Pop palette. This one is going to be like the perfect palette if you are into warm tones, if you're into orange, purple. It's just like the perfect warm tone palette. And as I keep looking at it, it kind of reminds me of the Anastasia Norvina palette. Like, you have the purple, you have the what else? Let me get that palette. All right, so here we have the Norvina palette, and then we have the one by Maybelline. I don't know. Let me know if you think this is a good like drugstore dupe to this palette. I feel like some of the shades are very similar. Let's go ahead and swatch some shades real quick. So the Maybelline palette has one metallic purple. So I'm gonna swatch that right here. And then the Norvina palette, it actually has several different purples, but this one looks closer. So let me swatch that side by side. There they are right there. Yeah, the one from the Maybelline palette is definitely darker than the one from the ABH palette. But I wanna swatch this orange shade in here because it kind of reminds me of the shade in the Maybelline palette. Let's swatch it. I'm gonna swatch them right here. So there's that burnt orange, and then the one by Maybelline, which is this shade right there. I'm actually just gonna swatch a couple of shades because I don't want this video to be too long, but those are those side by side, if you guys can see that. And this metallic shade is called Dazzling in the Norvina palette. It actually looks very similar to Soda Fizz, this one right here. It may be a little bit darker than Soda Fizz. I don't know, they actually look very similar. This may just be a good like drugstore dupe to the Norvina palette. There are those right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's actually one more I want to swatch. So this light champagne color, this is the one that we put on the inner corner of my eyes. I want to swatch this one next to this light champagne. Do I have any more room to swatch? And I want to compare it to Dreamer, which is also a light champagne color in the Norvina palette. I'm just gonna swatch them right here. So that one is from the Norvina palette, and then this one is from Maybelline. Yeah, so even though the shades are not like spot on, I would say this Maybelline palette is a good like mini dupe to the Anastasia Norvina palette. I mean, I would think so. Besides the dark berry shade in here, I mean, I just feel like it may be like a good little mini dupe. So, but yeah, I definitely like Soda Pop so much better than Lemonade Craze. And again, I will have my little review and mini tutorial on this one. If you guys missed that video, I'm gonna have it linked down below for you guys. So I think that is all that I have for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know if you are thinking about getting this palette. So let's go ahead and chit chat down below in the comments. And I think that is all that I have. So make sure you guys thumbs this video up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you are subscribed if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.